So, let's start this one off. Good day, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to the stream, welcome to the channel, welcome to YouTube itself, if that's where you see this. In the bottom left-hand side, playing for Team Swan on Deadwing Ladder Edition. And I don't know which version of Ladder Edition this might be. It might be the old version where horizontal spawns are possible, but in this case it's not a problem. But playing in the bottom left-hand side is Swan's Heartbeat, who is our replay sender for today. In the top right-hand side, playing for Team Soul, and this is going to be a name that trips me up so much. DJB thinks he was gold at this point. Flornot has MS Paint for logos. Nice. Soul, it's Avagax. Avagax? Avabanana? Hey, Avabanana. And it's ZVZ, which means it's basically going to be a knife fight in a phone booth. In other words, it's going to be uncomfortable, it's going to be difficult, and then... yeah. I don't know. It depends what people want to do. There's a possibility of it being very, very quick, or there's a possibility of it being 3 hours long, but I don't actually know how long it is. At some point I will link my YouTube account. It's probably Nova Wolfen. I'll have a look. I don't actually know anymore. I haven't used it in so long. But I'm going to start uploading things again. I'm going to be diligent. And I'm expecting 15 hatch, 15 pool out of both players. Potentially, actually, as much as you might even on this map. Only on this map, but you might even on this map see double hatch expand before pool. Which would be baller, actually. That would be kind of cool. Nope. No base here. Let's find someone somewhere else. Now we see whether Heartbeat is going to be an absolute boss or just a relative boss. Oh, and his opponent's base down a little late for no readily apparent reason. Although it seems like his income... the incomes are about the same, it seems. Nope, it's pool before hatch, which is fairly safe. The size of the map does mean that the possibility of going hatch before pool is a lot greater, even in ZVZ. Although I have to admit, there was a game I saw in Frost once where the Zerg player who went hatch first died because his opponent went for a 10 pool and got lucky. I think that's me. I think that's the one I'll be uploading these to, but I'm not 100% certain, so we'll have to have a look. I will make sure. Because I think I have 2 YouTube accounts. I can't remember what the other one does. In any case... oh, by the way, I'm also seeking advice on whether I should play things like play Monster Cat music while I cast. But that's something I will accept audience feedback on and consider. Pool's going to finish up at roughly the same amount of time. No gas from one player. Avagax, on the other hand, has gas, so we're probably going to see numerous queenage out of Heartbeat. Whether this is the 5 queen rush or not is yet to be seen, but we'll have to wait and see. Yeah, it's a pretty good unit though. Okay, there's a macro hatch going up in the wall for Avagax. What the hell is that all about? By the way, Heartbeat, you send me the weirdest games sometimes, but thank you. I do appreciate it. I love seeing Flornot set up a clan so you can have a picture of his cat outside his hatch. Nice, nice, nice. This apparently was before horizontal spawns were taken out, but in this game it really doesn't matter. And a couple of lings going up to be up to no good. Going to cause some trouble in Avagax's neighbourhood. Getting a bit of an advantage on that ling there, which means that, you know, on a straight fight, they'll win. But... yeah, I still don't get the purpose behind this hatchery. I mean, it's a macro hatch. But is a macro hatch before any kind of real income can be established to really use the macro hatch? That said, there's a lot of lings out, so maybe it's just a macro hatch so you can put on ling pressure forever. Ling pressure for life, yo. And at this point, Heartbeat's about to discover the horrifying scale of the attack that's about to hit him. Pew! Yeah, there's a lot of lings coming in, and Heartbeat's like, oh, crap. Basically just like massing lings up, because there's a lot of lings potentially about to barrel down his door. Weirdly enough, Avagax has no... oh no, Avagax does know now. Avagax knows where his opponent is. And the lings are here to be safe, and Avagax is just like, I'm a macro. I threatened you with some lings, and now you're doing the predictable thing, so I can get an economic... well, I can recover from an economic deficit, really. It's what it's actually all about. And the army supply actually doesn't favour Avagax either. And Heartbeat should be able to tell that just by looking at the amount of lings on the inside, as it were. Oh, wow, okay. The first salvo goes to Heartbeat, which means that this fight is actually his to win if his opponent doesn't take advantage of the speed, which so far he really is not. I'm wondering why Heartbeat hasn't started the speed yet, because it turns out that actually it would be a really good thing to do. These lings now moving in, and the worker's taking a chomp out of them as well. That's kind of fun. This queen being threatened, but I don't think she's going to die because there's too many workers around to help. 21 workers out of 5 on a gas, out of 3 on a gas. That's fine. And the worker gets slightly imbalanced, but that's fine. That's fine. All good in the hood. Yeah, you do get the lava out of it, but I would still, again, I would put it here rather than leaving it back there. You know, it's about as safe. And now a lot of blue lings are going to flood across the map. This is going to be a difficult hold. Actually, it depends. If the queens can be used properly, the speedlings, in fact, should not be able to overpower the slowlings, but the slowlings are taking a terrible concave there. The queens are going to be absolutely crucial in this fight, because if they're not there, this is going to go badly for Heartbeat. Oh my word. Heartbeat's going to have to survive long enough for his lings, to reinforcement lings to come out. The lings, and the drone drill begins. The drone drill is real. So many drones are going to go down in this fight. Oh my goodness me, this is going to be such a painful experience for Heartbeat. The fact that he's going to have 20 lings out is going to help, but I don't know, Kev, I don't know. Heartbeat has fewer base now, has the same number of base actually, and fewer workers by 3. I think that's actually a really nice hold there. The fact that he was able to use the workers so well and get the reinforcements out. He needs to stop the death of his third though. The third base has speedlings all over it now. Excellent, the surround is real. This third base is damaged though. Ooh my. Also, I would really like to see some more lings coming out of Avagax, because actually I don't think there's enough to defend against this push. The army supply is in favour of Heartbeat by quite some distance, which might mean that this third dies a very swift and painful death. Well, maybe it depends. It depends on the engagement. If the concave is real for the red player, for Heartbeat, he might be able to just take this base out. And it looks like he's gonna. It looks like he's got enough lings to have a concave against Avagax, and then still potentially get the third down. Yes, there it goes. No cancel for you. Ling wars happening all over the shop, and if the queens can be leveraged, I think the problem is that Avagax is trying to take this fight too close to the, or too far away from his queens, which means that Heartbeat has the numbers advantage, has the concave advantage, and is actually just pulling back. I don't know why he's pulling back at this point. Feels like a bit of a mistake, but there we go. Heartbeat having the chance to pull some links together at home. Also having the queens and the home creep advantage is so nice. But third base now solidly up, which is a shame for Avagax because he doesn't have it. But he does have a macro hatch, so the lava advantage is still Avagax's. It's just purely income. That in theory Heartbeat is going to be able to take the lead in at some point in the not too distant future. He's got a worker lead already, and it's quite a sizable worker lead, which means he can actually just afford to slip a little bit in his macro. It will be good to see some kind of tech switch though, and we're seeing roaches coming out of Avagax, which is a nice transition. The main thing here is that actually, oh, that's a lot of lings, and Heartbeat wants to pull back from that one, I think. I don't think Heartbeat wants to take that fight. Heartbeat does, however, have the ability to make roaches as well. The only problem is I don't see Gleal on the stack, which means that actually this is going to be bloody and painful. And that queen is so dead. I don't know what she was doing out there, but she paid for it with her life. 16 roaches pop just in time. This third might be in trouble, but it's probably not going to die if the roaches can get up there in time. You need to have all the roaches though, and no, that base is dead. Focus fire means it will not survive through this volley of ling fire. And now Heartbeat might be in a little bit of trouble. Music of some kind. If I was going to go for music, I'd probably be going for Monster Cat. I would consider doing it. It's something I can do. Or I could put the music back on from the game, but I don't know whether I get muted for that or not on Twitch. I don't know, Kev. I don't know. In any case, the roaches that are coming in are not able to beat the roaches of Avagax, especially given the height advantage that Avagax has that Heartbeat does not. So Heartbeat really needs to pull back at this point. The problem is all the roaches on the inside have speed. Avagax has not started. Avagax has speed. Heartbeat has not started speed. Heartbeat just has not started speed at all. Which means that these roaches are going to die, and they might as well die fighting. Unless you can get reinforcements to them, Heartbeat, you're going to lose them, man. They're not going to make it home, and because Gleal is not done, they might as well take down what they can before they go. Actually, no, some of them are going to get away. I'm actually quite surprised. Seven more roaches on the way. That will provide enough, I think, to defend for now. But again, there's 26 roaches to 20, and that's entirely because of the Gleal reconstitution. Basically, because they had speed, because they were able to keep up, because they were able to do damage. Heartbeat's actually in trouble. I think, again, the reason this game's called Comeback, bitch. Oh, let's have a look. I'm going to risk it. Give it a go. If I get muted, then I'll blame you guys. I have half an hour. Half an hour muted. But we'll see. We'll see what happens. Now, the reason I think this is called Comeback, bitch, is because actually Avagax is behind. Sizably. The Hydra Den is nearly done. He's having to he's been forced to put down spines, which again is lava. That's 120 minerals a minute that he's not getting. And that he might wish he was. But at the same time, you know, he possibly could come back into this. The drone count is now going to be in his favour. Oh no, yep, it is just going to be in his favour. Barely. Oh, so hard. But again, no, it looks like Avagax is going to be getting up even more. Droning up to 67. I think that's roughly where you're supposed to stop. I feel like 65 drones is a good place. But, never mind. No, you can't. No, you can't what? Help me out here, guys. So, Groove Spines is already on the way. The infestation bit coming down. 18 more roaches versus 16 more hydras. I have to admit, I would give that to the hydra player. So these infestors are going to have to be brilliant when they come out. The infestation pit is done. And the upgrade lead actually is also in Avagax's favour. I don't know if I like it, Kev. I don't know if I like it, especially because Avagax has managed to get a 4th up, which means that Heartbeat's going to need to do something pretty fricking special to come back from this. Actually, there we go. That's possibly a good place to start. Pathogen glands, which means that any infestors that pop, obviously not the ones that are building now because they'll be building faster than the pathogen glands do, but any infestors that come out will immediately be able to fungal. You can't have your VOD muted for having music enabled in StarCraft 2. Okay, fair enough. We'll see. Gotta love it. The deep south music. I have a feeling that the comeback in this is going to involve queens and transfuses, but we'll see. Setting up for a concave now would be a bit... I don't know, it seems a bit premature because there's nothing coming in, but that's fine. 4th base coming down, and 4 infestors going to be joining the fight at the front. There's already a couple of infestors out there. This is the thing that I love about infestors. You can see them where they've been for a few seconds after they go there. They're just that weird. And the Overseer from Avagax did not see the infestors at all. That's going to be the really key thing. If the infestors can hit the hydras, I think it's two chain fungals for a. Oh no, it's 3 chain fungals, but you can afford to slip a bit. That will basically kill a stack of hydralisks. Thank you, Flarnot. Flarnot saying it's definitely safe, having googled it and looked at the rules. Either that, or we're going to see some kind of roach drop. I don't know, Kev. I don't know. Okay, so movement is good, but at this stage we're just waiting for the final confrontation, and the thing is the infestors need to be part of that. They are back here waiting for shit to happen, and I think I know why. I think this army's pushing forward to see how far it gets before something kills it. And now they're pulling back because that's safety in numbers. Safety back in on the creep, especially because the army of Avagax has lings which are good against a lot of the stuff. There's no hydras on the inside, that's the problem. And 2-2 is nearly done for Avagax as well. Heartbeat's in a world of pain if he doesn't have a super engagement right here. The infestors are being hit. They need to fungal so hard. It ain't gonna out DPS me. The fungal's going down on the hydras. If they can get chain fungal, then they're gonna die. And I love that engagement right there. The amount of damage that's done by splashing fungals all over the shop means that actually those units are all so weak right now. And once you get roaches directly into hydras, the hydras die horribly. Especially with some fungal support. This is a beautiful engagement by Heartbeat. So good. That he actually can go and kill off this 4th with pretty much no recourse by his opponent. The number of... the fungals are real to get the infestors out of danger. but I don't know if I... Oh, a bit of a whiffed fungal there. This is going to be key. If fungals go down well here, then it will be fun, but I don't think there's enough energy left for one, so this is going to be a pretty bloody engagement for Heartbeat. The reinforcement roaches coming in, but there's reinforcement roaches coming in from both players, and the fungals not. The infestors taking a real beating there. Infested Terrans going down and soaking a bit of damage, which is all they can really do at this stage. Infested Terrans are not what they used to be, but the fourth is down, and Heartbeat's pulling back and getting the hell out of dodge. And the thing is, Heartbeat really needs those infestors back because they did so much good for him. And at this point, his opponent needs to be concave to hell. That's a nice concave there. Avagax pushed on the inside of the concave, even though having reinforcements inbound. Getting concave like this means that those roaches may just not make it out alive. And which means that the reinforcements that are coming up, as weirdly happened to Napoleon and Waterloo, will be there too late to actually make any difference at all. Flarnot in the chat, by the way, is suffering somewhat because of the number of supply being just 1 off 100. Make a drone, damn you. There's a swarm host on the way. 8 infestors, nicely. The problem is these roaches need to get the hell out of dodge because they're waiting for the infestors to turn up to be much more cost effective. A split, a concave in, and that's some really nice concaving by Heartbeat. I really do like the way he splits his roaches, gets the concave and then goes in. I love it so much. At 2 Brute? At 2 Brute. I'm assuming that's at 2 Brute. I'm wondering what... Oh, Tunneling Claws. Tunneling Claws is going to be a thing, and so is Burrow. The Infestors, however, can already do that. And if the fungals are good, the Infestors are potentially in danger. Got to protect those Infestors. They are really expensive. Gas units. The Infestors are in trouble. The fungals need to be real on the Infestors. Oh, okay, the Lings just went straight past. The fungals are real up on the roaches. And the Lings are just doing a run-by, but... There's enough Spines and Queens, I think, to deflect that without too much trouble. And the fight up here, because of the fungal growth, because of the manoeuvring that Avagax was given by Heartbeat, are just perfect. Beautiful stuff. And Heartbeat can basically push in now and probably just win. There's some Lings come out, and that's nice. But they're not going to be able to defend this push. The fourth base is going to go down. If the fourth base is even targeted, I don't know if it will be or not. And the roach is potentially here to kill off these things. No. Kappa. The thing is, if this turns into a base trade, the fourth base for Avagax is down. Fourth base for Heartbeat is not. And the roach count is actually so much in favour of Heartbeat at this point that I don't think it makes any difference. The upgrades are going to die. The Queen's going to die. I think even that little force of roaches can push through and kill off the defenders there. And the Lings have been killed off without any real difficulty. The Mutas are now out. But there's Infested Terrans out, which can... Oh, snap. The Infested Terrans will make a long work of the Mutas. But this base is down, and this is the problem with fighting roaches with Mutas. Yes, you will kill them eventually, but it's eventually not now. And when you consider the fact that Spore Crawlers can be put down at a very quick timing... In fact, I would love to see Spore Crawlers coming down at all these bases, but at this stage the Mutas can't afford to try and base trade, and they get fungled! They get fungled, but the Infestors are walking to their deaths! Oh, needs another fungal or 3. Right. This is the problem for Avagax now. Avagax is playing from behind, and there are no Spore Crawlers. There need to be Spore Crawlers. Where are the Spore Crawlers, my friend? Where are the Spore Crawlers? You need those Spore Crawlers. I imagine it's probably a micro problem. I would really love to see some spores, though. Oh, God. And at this point, the infestation pit goes down. The only thing that's really important here is that the Spire has to go as well. But if the pool goes down, then you can't build anything, so maybe that's alright. The roach count basically just astronomical for our Reds. Heartbeat doing so well to push this forward. Literally the only thing that can happen here is that the drones can be killed, and I still don't think it matters. Spore Crawler's coming down now on at least one base. The others being basically abandoned. Because at this stage it is basically base trade time, and if the 4 Spore Crawlers around there die, then that's a lot of... the thing is, I don't think they will, because they'll kill a meter every 0.8 seconds. Equivalent, anyway. And there's no detection. I really don't know what to think at this point. I mean, obviously the base trade's in favour of Avagax, in Heartbeat, because Avagax doesn't have an army that can really kill him off. But he needs to find the bases. Heartbeat having found this one by creep. But these spore crawlers need to be here. The mutas are basically going to be fended off by hydralisks eventually. But this base is dead, and those lings might actually die with it. The attack is going to go on in the rocks. The attack needs to go in the rocks, but it's not. The roaches are getting scattered slightly. The question is, where is the attention? Oh, the lings die, which now means that the entirety of the army of Avagax is basically mutalisks. But there are no spore crawlers. There are no spore crawlers except around this one base. Spore crawlers coming up. So many spore crawlers coming up. The thing is, Avagax still has an income. I say that. Avagax has one base over here, which, technically speaking, can be discovered, but needs to be discovered. It really does. Hydras are on their way out to join the fun now. So many engagement things tapping on around. I would love to see these drones turned into to spores. I really would, but it's not going to happen. And now Avagax is basically trying to burn down his opponent with what's left, because he only has a pool, basically. He's building a pool to replace the one that was lost. And all that remains is for Heartbeat to find this base. He can't be killed. He literally can't. So all that remains is for him to find this base and kill it. It's 110 army supply to 75, but it's 75 army supply. You know what? Drunk casting is good, but I don't do it very often because I don't like being that stupid. Actually, no, I do. It's fun. But it would be very bad for me to get used to being drunk. Okay, that roach must have seen that base on its way past. Yeah, there we go. The base has been discovered. Thing is, there's another one coming down, and the spore crawlers and the hydras are keeping all that shit away. Once every 2.4 seconds, a spore crawler will kill a mutalisk. Which basically means that Heartbeat is going to win, because apart from anything else, there is no lair, and there are two mobile detectors. The thing is, he needs to go and discover this base, and hydralisks have found it. The thing is, there are 3 drones, so this is not the end. The base goes down! No, it doesn't. Oh, Jesus. Oh, so close. There are 3 drones, and there's enough money for Avagax to make another one. And he needs to bury the roaches and move them in covertly, or you could just run in and snipe that base and be gone. Hydralisks, by the way, moving up the base, and Avagax loses because it turns out that was his last building.